Welcome back to the channel, golfers. Today I've returned to Oulton Hall Golf Club. I posted my round here back in February with a score of 94, so today's aim is to go lower than that and also to try and break 90. I played this round a couple of days after doing the putter review filming and stupidly forgot to replace the clubs I removed from the bag for that.
So stupidly, I've forgotten to replace the clubs I took out my bag to do the putter review. So I've got driver, 3 hybrid, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge, 50, 56, 60, and obviously the putter. So that's all I've got with me today.
So I'm missing my 3 wood, 4 iron and 5 iron. So you may notice today that the 3 hybrid gets plenty of use.
Things you don't want to see when you arrive at the golf course. The driving range closed. No!
On to the first tee then. The first down at Oulton is a dogleg left, 366 yards. The aim here is just to get it to the corner, or at least it's my aim anyway, which I've managed to do there with driver. This leaves me a look at the green from nearly 200 yards away, and obviously I've only got the 3 hybrid, which, unless I absolutely mince, was never getting there. So this has left me a chip onto the green, and that's not a good start. That's what happens when you don't go on the driving range, or if I don't go on the driving range anyway. So it's left me a greenside chip on, looking to put this close and try and get up and down for a bogey. That's not terrible, but it's not great either. It's left me a long bogey putt, which in the end I've just lagged close and tapped in for a starting double bogey. Having not warmed up, I can't be too mad with that. The second then is a shortish par 3. I've thinned this one a little bit, and it's just run off the back edge of the green. Could have been a lot worse though, and leaves me chipping towards the pin, and that's much better. Nice. Leaving me a simple tap in for a par this time. They're the type of tap-ins that we really want. The third's a particularly tricky hole. It's a big dogleg left. So again, hitting up towards the corner of the fairway there. But this leaves you a good way into the green, I think in excess of 200 yards usually. So obviously this would normally be 3 wood, but I'm just hitting 3 hybrid here. And to be honest, there's not too much difference because this is still going to leave me a decent approach into the green. You can see the wintry conditions, it's not much fun looking for balls in the fairway, never mind the rough at the moment. Did manage to find it, hitting P wedge towards the green. I just overcooked this one a little bit and it's rolled to the back of the green. I think the pin's sort of in the middle. So a somewhat longish putt for par. Not really expecting to hold this, just get it close, but to be honest, the line of that putt was really good. It looked like it was tracking. And it's left me a tap in for bogey that's just crept into the hole. The fourth is another dog leg, this time to the right, so again I'm just hitting driver up towards the corner to try and give me a look in towards the green, and that's what I've done this time. Driver really behaving itself. So again with the 3 hybrid, this time I've totally pushed this towards the right. Now there's a little ditch that runs along this fairway that you might be able to see there. I've literally just carried that over on the right hand side, so it's left me chipping towards the pin with the bunker in my eye line, and of course I've dunked it straight in. Ground under repair. Ball's in there somewhere. I gave up looking for that ball and just used a different one instead, but obviously ground under repair. Chipping that on. It's gone well and gave me a chance at making a bogey. Just read it wrong. And I got a tap in for the second double bogey through 4 holes, so not ideal. The fifth then is usually an easy par 4, it's only 329 yards, but you're not going to get close to the green with drives like that. Tops that 190 yards in front of me. So again, no 3 wood, this means that I've got to hit the 3 hybrid and just get it as close as I can. Again, I push slash slice this one a little bit and it ends up on the right hand side just under the trees.
think that tree has actually saved my life.
Leaving me a 65-yard shot towards the pin, which I'm using the 50 wedge for. And this one goes pretty well. Not too far from the pin. It would have been an unlikely par, but it's a decent-ish lag putt. It means it's an easy bogey. The sixth then is a 183 yard par 3. It's hard to hit the green on this one, to be honest, but 3 hybrid probably would be about the club I'd use. Unfortunately, I've just pushed this one a little bit right, just short of this bunker, leaving me a 60 wedge on that I get very lucky with. I totally played that, and that could have easily ended up in the bunker. Luckily though, it's just run off the back edge of the green. So trying to get my chipping going again, and that's much better. I seem to have one totally rubbish one and then a very decent one, and that one means I can just tap in with the wedge for a bogey. The seventh then is the first par 5. It's 476. It's a nice par 5, this one, because if you get your drive right, it'll run a little bit. I've hit the best drive of the day, but unfortunately just caught the left-hand side rough there. As I got next to no roll, I just had to hit the 3 hybrid out of this rough down the fairway. So that one's gone not too bad. It's left me probably about 100 yards into the green, hitting a 50 degree. Unfortunately, this just wasn't the club I needed a P wedge really, and it's just caught that bunker in front of the green.
That felt so good.
I was disappointed with that one because it felt like it was all over the pin. I then bladed this straight out of the bunker. Not particularly happy with that one. And it's left me with a long chip from the wrong side of the green back towards the pin. That's not terrible. Tough putt for bogey though, that he's managed to sink. It's a good save, that one. I was really happy with that putt. The 8th then is another par 4. This one's a slight bend to the right. I've ended up going on the left hand side of the fairway there, just above the bunker. It does actually give you a nice line into the green. So I've hit a 6 iron, and excuse the shot tracer, it didn't go that high, but it was a brilliant shot this. It was straight onto the green, so green in reg. First birdie putt then. And it honestly had a chance. It was a good line and a good pace, and leaves me with a simple par. The 9th then, this is a somewhat straight par 4. I've hit another cracking drive here, straight up in between the 2 fairway bunkers.
Best drive of the day, I reckon.
And this leaves me a 56 degree wedge looking at the green. My thoughts here were just get this on the green and try and get away with the 2-putt par if possible. And that's exactly what I've given myself a chance at doing. I nearly went one better though. Nearly birdied that. But again, another tap-in par for the second time in 2 holes. Really can't be mad with that at all. And that finishes up the front 9. So halfway through and I'm 8 over. The 2 pars on the 8th and 9th making that first 9 somewhat respectable. The forgotten clubs haven't impacted me too much, although I obviously would have preferred to have them in the bag. Especially the 3 wood, because in many of these fairways, the ball sort of plugs as it lands with it being quite damp. So driver isn't going as far as I'd like. Anyway, enough of me whinging, let's get on with the back 9. The 10th is a par 4 with a slight bend to the left. This seems to be my go-to shot on this hole. I think I did it last time I posted it, and I do it nearly every time I play it. But I'm in the right-hand trees again. It's quite a big canopy-looking type tree, so you've just got to punch out from underneath it. That's left me with a 50 wedge chipping towards the pin, and this is the best sort of 50-yard approach shot of the day.
Oh, that's delightful.
To give me a chance at making par. And I've managed to do it this time. That's 3 pars on the bounce. Really happy with that little run. The 10th then is a 167 par 3. I've took 6 iron here, but it's just sort of finished up short of the green. It was a good line, but just not long enough. Chipping towards the pin again. And that's not terrible. It's not fantastic, but it's not terrible.
Pulled it a little bit.
Pretty long putt for par. But the flat stick's on fire. Dropped another one, so that's 4 pars from 4 now. And I've really got to thank the putter for that, I think. This is a tricky par 5, the 12th. Again, you've just got to hit it down to the corner. The corner's probably about 180, 200 yards. So 3 hybrid being the perfect club this time. But then you've obviously got a long way into the green from the corner. Ordinarily I would have used the 3 wood, but just using the 3 hybrid this time. And I've just pulled this a little bit left towards the trees. It's given me a dodgy line into the green. So I've hit this 6 iron, thinned it a little bit off, but the contact wasn't great, whatever happened, and it's ended up just between those 2 front greenside bunkers. Chip in with the 60 wedge, and that's really poor. It's just run straight off the back of the green. It's now chipping back towards the pin with the 50, and again, that's really poor. Left me with a testing putt, which I've missed this time, leading too much on the put in, so I've had to settle for a double bogey there. It's that type of shot that makes you want to try it again. And of course it goes in. On to the 13th then, this is a 390 par 4. It's uphill for about half of it and then it levels off. So it's just getting it over the brow that's the important bit, which I've managed to do here with the driver. Long way into the green though. So again, it's the 3 hybrid. And this has gone okay, it's a long way short, but the right line. 50 wedge into the green, which I chunk unfortunately, and the ball just sort of finishes up bouncing front of the green. 50 wedge chip then. And this one's a little better. Very bipolar, the 50 wedge chip in today. Chance at bogey. And it's another solid putt. Dropping that for the 5. That felt like a shot back, that one. The 14th is quite a long par 3. It's a 203 yard par 3. Usually I would use the 3 wood, but I've had to go with the 3 hybrid here and maybe try to hit this one too hard and just ended up pushing it into the trees on the right hand side. I've got absolutely no line towards the green there thanks to that tree, so I'm just punching out trying to leave it at the front of the green.
It's out.
It's not terrible. Gives me a chance of putting it close. But I think I fatted that chip and actually got away with it a little bit that it's ran as far as it has. Putt for bogey then. Not an easy one. And yeah, I can't expect all of them to drop. So I've had to tap in again for a double bogey. The 4th of the day. The 15th is a par 4. Again, it dog legs a little bit to the left. And the play here is just to hit it up towards the corner, which I've managed. This looks at an easy shot into the green because it's elevated a little bit. But every time I catch these trees on the left, I don't think I've ever hit the green from this position. And today's been no different. And I've ended up chipping towards the green, which I've not hit hard enough. It's caught up in the leaves. It's left me with another chip, which had a look at the hole. And means I can tap in with the wedge again for another bogey. The 16th is a somewhat straight par 4. It maybe bends slightly to the left. So it's just keeping it to the right so that you've got a line into the green. I've managed to do this, but I've not hit it the furthest. You can see how boggy the ground is. And then this 3 hybrid, I don't know if it was a little bit toey or something, but it's just gone right. It's hit the tree and finished 70 yards short. So I've hit a 50 wedge towards the green and it just dips down a little bit. And one thing I didn't see was these sand tracks, and I think the ball hit that and just completely died because I was expecting to see the ball rolling towards the pin. But it's left me chipping towards the pin instead. And I'm just not getting these that close unfortunately today, not consistently anyway. And it means I'm having to rely more on my putting, which hasn't done bad, but you can't expect to drop too many from that distance. And it means yet another double bogey. 17th then, another par 4. This one bends slightly to the left. I've sliced this one a little bit and it's ended up near the bunker on the right hand side of the fairway there. I do have a line into the green though, and if I had a club long enough, I might have had a chance of getting there. I just don't seem to hit this 3 hybrid as far as I should do. This leaves me with a 50 wedge chipping towards the pin. I think I get a little bit lucky with this one. It didn't look the greatest contact, but it's ended up nice and close. And a simple putt for another par. A well needed par. The 18th then is another dog leg left. Again, the play is just to play up towards the corner and then look up the hill towards the green. Again, this would be another hole where I would like my 3-wood, but I've had to use the 3 hybrid. This wasn't a bad connection though, and it's probably put me in a good place to approach the green from. 56 wedge into the green then. A couple of members sat outside the clubhouse watching me here. Safe shot though. With a chance at making par. Not a bad putt. It means it's a simple tidy up to finish on a bogey. So I finish up with a score of 87, 17 over the par 71. I'm honestly really happy with that. It's a bit of an adjustment getting used to the wintry conditions again. Forgetting 3 of your clubs isn't going to help with that either. I think my putting really helped me today, with my greenside chipping not being as consistent as it can be. I hope you enjoyed the video, golfers. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I should have some pretty special videos coming for you in the next few months, so make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on them. Thanks as always, and I'll see you next time.